Okay, here's a problem that 99.9% of people are never going to have, but I ran into it and it was kind of annoying and it was causing me problems. So I got a bunch of stock tickers and there are like 30 of them, and all of them have, 100 or so uh, stocks in them, probably from the Russell or something. And the issue with it is some of these, as you can see, have an R in front of them. And so if I were to put that R in front of my stock history function, or whatever, the ticker, it's going to come up as nothing. And so it basically just means that if I didn't have anything to make this faster, I would have to go in here and manually delete that R for each of these. And there are about 25 R's on this list alone. And if you think about that, you got 25 that you got to delete, and it's going to be more because some of these have like 230 stocks in them. That adds up in your time, and it's pretty wasteful if you got 30 of these. So the way that I went about solving it is I had to think about what position on the string that is. And so in Excel, it doesn't start at 0, it starts at 1. And then I had to think of it's got to be conditional because I can't just delete one across the board because AON would be a different ticker than AAON, and so on and so forth. And so what I had to do was I had to use a conditional to delete that first one and leave it if it was good. And so this column right here is the end product. As you can see, it starts up here with a conditional if statement, and then I get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty through here, and I'll just walk it through to you kind of slowly. So the first step, and all of this goes in here, but this is just to kind of show the step by step. The first step is finding that initial the first letter in the symbol, and I'm using this for each of them. So the formula that you use is mid, and then you highlight the symbol, the AAON, and then you do 1, 1 for the start number, and then the number of characters that you want to extract. So if you wanted to start at A and then you wanted to extract 2 of them, because you see there's a space, I can do that too, then you could do that. But I'm just cool with doing 1, 1, and 1 because it's going to work for me. So that's going to give all that to you. And so you see the ones that are going to work are going to have that initial A or the C or the B or whatever they're supposed to start with. And the ones that aren't have an R value, right? And so that right there is going to give us a nice green flag to show us that we are going to be able to use a conditional. And so over here is that second formula that is going to be important besides the conditional, obviously. But basically this is what strips that first character or the first number in the string or first letter in the string out. And so for the AAON, if you use right, and then you have the symbol AAON, and then the length of the symbol minus 1. So basically you're stripping the 3 and you're keeping this one from the right, or you're stripping that 1 and you're keeping 3 from the right. It's going to give you AON. See, same thing with this one, AYI. I'll show you that one more time. Right, symbol, length function, symbol, and then minus 1, because that's obviously the one that you want to get rid of. And so you see how when I have an R here, it gives me the correct one. And so that's the second green flag that shows me that I can use a conditional for this. And I'm not going to use these again. I'm only going to need this one column here. And so I put them all together using this if statement. So it's if mid and the symbol 1, 1, if that is equal to R, which is what I want to get rid of, then my value of true is going to be this over here. So WMS, and not YI if I'm looking at AYI. And then if it's false, I'm just going to use my original symbol. So that's pretty much the answer. And then all you have to do at that point is just double click and go all the way down. And like I said, I don't even need these. I can just delete them whenever I want. But yeah, that's a pretty annoying thing that has a pretty simple, I guess, way of being solved. Hope I helped. And yeah, y'all owe me $5 now.